Nature never fails to amaze us. Very few people are lucky enough to experience it in all its glory, and when they do, nature leaves us speechless, just like we were after watching this video. Albinism is a genetic mutation that prevents the production of melanin in the body, which results in a complete lack of color. Cells don't produce melanin, a pigment that gives color to skin, eyes, scales, and hair. Albinos born in the wild are rare and are at a great disadvantage as they are easily spotted by predators. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Nature and Wildlife. Today we are going to explore the most beautiful and rare albino animals. Let's get started with number 11. White moose. Moose are just overall these shocking animals that no one expects to be as big as they are. They can easily grow up to 8 feet, and their antlers just amplify that size even more with that. Moose are the largest living member of the deer family. The moose's whiteness does not come from albinism, but is the result of a recessive gene which can cause the animal to grow white fur with specks of brown, or in rare cases an entirely white coat. The white moose are about 1 in 100,000. According to researchers, there are about 50 moose with this mutation in the world. The legendary white moose first appeared in western Vermland sometime in the 1930s. There are some areas of the USA and Canada that protect these rare moose from harvest, but Vermont apparently is not one of them. Number 10. Beautiful white peacock. The white peacock is somehow more stunning than its colored counterparts. White peacocks are not actually albino. Albinism is a specific condition that also comes with red eyes and extremely pale skin. True albinism in peafowl is extremely rare and largely unresearched. Most white peafowl have normal colored eyes and regular pigment to their skin. The feathers are white because of a genetic mutation called leucism. White peacocks are not found in the wild. Patches of white feather would make the peacocks more visible to predators. White peacocks are usually bred for their white coloring, and that's why they can be found all over the world. A white peacock is a form of blue peacock originally from India. The white peacock is highly symbolic in Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and more broadly, spirituality and awakening. Number 9. White giraffe. Giraffes are known for their iconic orange color. Distinctive markings even if the sheer size and long necks don't make it obvious that you are looking at a giraffe, the color does. But this mother-son duo decided to skip out the colored genes altogether. They are completely white, there is no pigment on them, the only part of them that is not white is their eyes and tail. The giraffe has a rare genetic condition called leucism, which causes the loss of skin pigmentation. These animals are incredibly rare, and believed to be only 3 in the world. So they were placed in the Unfenced Conservancy program for their protection, where they would live a free life, but still unprotected from the wild. But unfortunately, the mother and her 7-month-old calf was killed by illegal poachers in March 2020. And her body was found a month later. The unique male giraffe now stands alone, after a female and her calf were killed in Kenya.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Number 8. Extremely rare, blonde zebra. Albino zebras occasionally occur in the wild. Often called golden zebras, they are not true albinos, but have pale tan or golden stripes and light brown, or even blue eyes. Nothing is known about albinism in zebras. The animals are so rarely found, that despite some reported sightings in the wild, they are the only being confirmed to exist in captivity. A few dozen partially albino zebras live on a private reserve, in Mount Kenya National Park. The golden-colored zebra likely has partial albinism, a condition very rarely seen in zebras, confirm several scientists, including Greg Barsh, a geneticist at the Hudson Alpha Institute for Biotechnology. Partial albinism means that the animal has significantly less melanin, a natural pigment found in skin, than typical zebras. As a result, stripes appear pale in color.
Hello, everybody! Are you all here to see me?
This is the magical moment. An extremely rare white zebra foal was spotted roaming in the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. Instead, it is covered almost entirely in white fur, with only a few faint black lines on its neck, head, and body. Africa is blessed with diverse wildlife, and it always has a surprise. Rare zebra foal with polka dots spotted in Kenya. A newborn zebra foal with bizarre polka dot markings has recently been photographed in the Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya. This is the first time that this unusual pattern has ever been seen amongst zebras in the Masai Mara. Number 7. Alba, the albino orangutan. Alba is the only known albino orangutan on the planet, with her snow-white complexion, and her ocean blue eyes, and her pale skin and white hair. Alba is a rarity among rarities. She is a only 5-year-old orangutan, and the fact that she highly sensitive to sunlight. Life has not always been kind to Alba. Back in 2017, she was found in a remote area by police, stressed and dehydrated and caged by villagers, weak and suffering from a parasitic infection. Lucky for her, these heroes came to help her from the Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation. Alba's rescue was some rare positive news for the critically endangered species. She is now free, living in the trees again in a national park in Indonesia, along with Kika the other orangutan. Alba is a true Marvel creation. Number 6. Albino crow. We all know crows are black. But some of them are white in color too.
What?
Yes, that's right. The white bird is also known as an albino. The white pigmentation happens due to genetic reasons or hormone deficiency. A true albinism occurs about once in every 30,000 birds. Leucism happens to approximately 1% of the crow population. A true albino crow does not have a long lifespan. Along with their poor vision, due to the lack of pigment in the iris, and other issues with the bird's eyes like optic nerve and retinal damage, as a result of blood vessels being impaired. The total lack of melanin pigment that's caused by this rare genetic mutation affects the strength of their feathers, causing them to weaken and break. Without flight, birds can't escape predators. The majority of pure albino crows do not survive long enough to pass the recessive gene on to the next generation. Leucistic crows may be white, but the lack of pigment is only within the feathers. Their eyes are not pink, so are not affected by light sensitivity and bad vision. Genetically, there are no issues with their retinas and optic nerves. Their vision is the same as regular crows. Number 5. Albino crocodile. There are probably only about 200 albino alligators in the world. Humans lose the pigment in their hair when they get older. But this oldie has been white all over since she was born. This is Pearl, a 7.5 feet long and 105 pounds giant crocodile, with a name that pay homage to her lack of pigment. She is a decade old, and has been in Gatorland Orlando for most of her life, where she's taken care of by the staff that really know her needs. And she is the biggest and the most popular crocodile in the entire world. Number 4. The rare albino Indian cobra. This extremely rare albino spectacled cobra's naja have been sighted the first time in Uttarakhand. The serpents were reportedly spotted in Haldwani in states of Nainital district. Experts have said that the albino cobras are among the 10 rarest albino animals in the world. Albino cobras are rare. It is rarer to spot an albino adult cobra. These snakes are white because of some variations in their pigmentation genes. Generally, albino cobras are monocled with an O-shaped hood pattern differing from normal cobras. Albinos born in the wild are rare and are at a great disadvantage as they are easily spotted by predators. Number 3. Baby albino tortoise. The phenomenon of albinism is rare in tortoise, with the chance of approximately 1 in 100,000 individuals, compared with approximately 1 case per 20,000 individuals in humans. In a rare occurrence, an albino Galapagos giant tortoise has been born at a Swiss zoo. 2 tortoises of the Chelinoidis nigra species were born in early May 2022 at the Tropiquarium Zoo in Deservian village. One of the babies is black like its parents, while the other is white, an albino. The surprising baby, which has red eyes. This is the first time in the world that an albino Galapagos tortoise has been born and kept in captivity. Number 2. Albino penguin. Albinism is a rare condition in penguins, but also a dangerous one. These penguins lack melanin and are completely white, apart from their beak, eyes, and skin that is pink. These penguins do not live long due to blindness. Albino penguin is extremely rare, 1 in a colony of million, it is extremely rare. Number 1. White whale. Meet Migaloo is an all-white humpback whale that was first sighted on the 28th of June 1991 at the Australian east coast near Byron Bay. Migaloo is one of the most famous humpback whales on the planet, with his own website dedicated to him. His popularity led to special declarations in Queensland protecting Migaloo and other whales that are greater than 90% white in color. The last reported sighting of Migaloo dates back to 2020, and therefore some people think Migaloo might have already died. On the other hand, scientists suggest that longer periods of absence are nothing unusual and could have several reasons, such as changes in migration routes.